podcast. We're doing a podcast in just a little while. And right now, I want to let you know that I'm not sponsored by anyone yet, but I have affiliate links. And I have some good ones. I'm doing a piece on THC drinks. And so the THC drinks are obviously THC infused, not just a tiny bit. They have 5 milligrams, which is a good buzz. They do have lighter ones. They have 2.5, they have 3 milligrams. Right now, I'm working through the different brands, doing the pros and cons. So I'm still getting all the information together. But I do have 2 discount links for you that I will put in the comment section or the show notes of wherever this is going to be. This video is going to be put up. And also on Spotify, the audio can also be where you can get these links. I don't know what I'm talking about. First one is Cycling Frog, which is the THC infused seltzers. It's like a LaCroix or a hard seltzer, but with no alcohol, but not just plain. It gives you this nice mellow buzz, and it can be something you could switch up and step away from alcohol, but still be able to relax and unwind. So it's that kind of a thing. There's also another discount link that I'm going to add in I haven't gotten these either yet, so maybe wait for the review, but I'm going to put them down there anyway. This one I'm so excited about because it's called Buzz Drops by Namo, Namo. Again, I'll put the links in the comment section or the show notes. And this one is drops that you can put in your drink wherever you go out. So your friends are all ordering vodka sodas or martinis or margaritas, and you're like, I'll have a club soda with lime. Bloop, bloop, and you drop your couple of drops in and you're good to go. You'll have a nice mellow buzz. Obviously follow the directions and know your dosage before you just go crazy. I have a few here. I'm trying Can Trip, which this is my favorite so far. And then close second is Rebel Rabbit. Both of these have stronger. So I'm working on my 5 milligram ones. Actually, there is a 3 milligram one that I like as well. This one so the 3 milligram in the Can Trip and the 5 milligram in the Rebel Rabbit. To me, I get the same feeling. So there you have it. So that's why I'm doing hey, get out of there. That's why I'm going to do a whole video on all these different things that I'm experiencing. Another thing is Cakes. Cakes Body. It's a silicone nipple cover, but it's bigger, so it covers more. It gives a very smooth, neatened look, and they don't come off when you sweat. You can even go swimming with them. They're not going to pop out and embarrass you. So they are very reasonably priced, and I have a discount link for you. Eventually, I will have some type of video going up on that. But for now, we have our THC infused drinks. We have Cakes Body you can get rid of all your pads and your sports bras and just have these and rinse with warm water and soap, and you're good to go. You can wear them every day. Quick rinse. And then we have Thorne supplements, which I will just put the link up. That is my own dispensary, and I will have a link for you to get a discount. And that will be also in the show notes. So yeah, that's it. The Thorne has everything from protein to vitamins to calcium, magnesium, weight management stuff, hormone stuff, just everything. Very clean ingredients and you can go to the website and do some research. Anyways, that's it for now. We'll be starting up the podcast in the next frame, magic that way, if I know how to do it. Anyways, love you guys. See ya. All right. Woo. What's up?
We are. Let's get a podcast drink.
Oh dang! I need a podcast drink. I'm gonna get it. No, do I want it? I want it. Yeah. Do you want a LaCroix?
Yeah.
LaCroix.
Do you have lemon jello?
Yes, I do.
I'm very excited. I have a journal entry called "Dear Limoncello" because that's how much I love the limoncello liqueur. This water is hot. It was in my car. And it's in a bottle. So there's probably a lot of bad poofas.
This podcast is not brought to you by LaCroix.
Yeah.
Or Topo Chico.
Ooh.
But it's one of the drinks you will always see us having.
I actually have the opposite of ASMR. It's called misophonia. So ASMR triggers that.
Misophonia?
Misophonia. I just spilled
That's
it.
a lie.
She couldn't help it.
We're definitely not phony. We just
Limoncello showers.
Limoncello. I'm taking these off. Okay.
Limoncello. You remember that guy that I showed you on Instagram who was like, you can make your own fruit in your garden or whatever? I sent her this guy on Instagram. He's Italian and he does the beard like this and he really does up the woo. And she sent back an emoji with it was just this emoji.
This emoji right here.
And
That's
then
my favorite.
And then he went to Italy.
Then I went to Italy.
Oh, I love that. Did you know you can grow these flowers? He's very roly tonguey. I like it. So, what are we talking about today? Elizabeth is out of town.
We missed her. She's living her best life. So,
Okay, we're gonna get
she went to. I know, like this chair is not. So yes, so Elizabeth went. I love her life. I wanna go too. So she and her family went to Italy a week before. Did we already talk about this? Wasn't she here for? Anyway, so real quick, she went for a week.
Yeah.
Went to all these different places, had a great time. Came to the retreat. Then they came home. Her husband was home for a couple days, and then him and the son went out. Mm-hmm. Braden, I think we've talked about him before with her. Anyway, so those two hit the road to do some man stuff, and then she met them out there. I think they're in Utah, I believe. Salt Lake City. I can't remember. Oh my god. Anyway,
summer vacation.
It might have been some other influencer that I like to watch and drool over all their content. This is Elizabeth too. I drool over her content. But anyway, so she's gone, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to have some vacation because they bust their ass working and they take these vacations.
Makes sense to me.
And they go visit family. They do it all together and just absorb it all. And anyway,
and it's all organized.
Yeah,
probably very well.
Yes.
So she's in Utah right now, and we are here.
We are here. Listener, you know what we're talking about.
So
we were going to talk about
perfectionism. Yeah. We're going to talk about perfectionism, but I think we'll talk about perfectionism again in the future with Elizabeth because we talk about that a lot, and I definitely want the triangle balanced.
And she's a self-proclaimed perfectionist.
She's a self-proclaimed recovering perfectionist, as am I, and it's a journey. And Elizabeth has stacked up a lot of tools that she just seems to be able to like
Yes.
wield like a
She's
Swiss
got,
Army knife like all the time.
She's
And
got like a library right here.
it's on this side probably.
Oh yeah, that right here.
It's
Probably
very
both sides.
So with that, I will say I think we could talk about it a little bit based on what I found today
Okay.
and go from there.
What did you find?
Well, I just have to pull up my here it is.
Show notes? No.
Yeah. It's this it's the script. What do you need?
It's
No.
mine.
We're just
It's fine. I'm good.
okay. I'm just gonna
Just leaning.
not sit like this.
I got against the lean.
Oh, is your chair Berkeley?
No,
Does
it's
it
just
come down?
it does.
Oh, it's the pump.
I mean, no, you gotta hold it here. Hold
The
it.
chair, the hair chair.
I can't even stand it. Okay. I'm a professional,
She's very
actually. Okay. Now I'm gonna mount the chair better. Oh no, I'm not. I swear, if I flip over, I'll leave it in.
Okay, yeah, that would probably be really, really entertaining. So I wrote that we should talk about perfectionism recovery.
Okay.
And I just want to say, well, actually, I'll just read the brief overview of what I found a definition of perfectionism to be.
Yes.
Oh, well, actually, I did not define it. I didn't define it, but I did find this. Perfectionism often stems from inner shame, especially in the aftermath of childhood trauma. So I found that really interesting. It says survivors use perfection as a way to counteract or conceal their perceived flaws and vulnerabilities. Cultivating self-awareness and self-compassion and adopting healthier perspectives can help. So what I took from that is that the word shame jumped out really loud at me. And then I thought immediately of Brene Brown, and I pulled up an old TED Talk on her to like integrate that back into my head. Because I went on a Brene Brown like binge in 2020. I think a lot of people probably did.
I think I might have too.
Yeah, it's that. What was it like? Her podcast and all of that.
I just got the audiobook of the one where she talks about shame a lot.
Shame. You know what I just remembered? You know the little girl hand, what are those called? Hand.
Yes. That.
I just remembered lately, it came back in my head. Shame, shame, shame. Did you ever hear that one?
Oh no.
Every generation has its own little weird.
Ours was Miss Mary.
Knock, 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 all dressed in black, black, black. Yeah, that one. But this one was, I can't believe it. It's like, it disappeared from my brain until recently. I guess I'm really thinking about all the shame that I carry. So it was shame, shame, shame. I don't want to go to Mexico no more, more, more. There's a big fat policeman at the door, door, door. He'll grab me by the collar, make you pay $1. I don't want to go to Mexico no more, more, more. Shame. And literally we were like coding the word shame like into our little 7-year-old brains.
Oh,
and then the fact that I grew up to leave my career to move to Mexico.
That's what I'm just like.
Then to meet a really dangerous man there and trust him with everything I had. Really like made me think a while. I was like,
that is
shame,
crazy.
shame, shame. I don't want to go. I can't believe that it just completely escaped my mind that I used to sing.
And then popped back in.
Weird. I think it's time to be brave and counteract shame with courage, like Brene Brown would suggest. So yeah, it was shame. I think that's something we can go into one day as well because it's heavy and it's like I want to go into those lower emotions and just dissect them a bit about what shame is, how it's been studied, and how people perceive it in their bodies or don't know what it's like in their bodies. I personally want to discover where it lives in me because I know it's there. I just don't know which painful joint it's living in.
I got some too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I
Great.
think everybody has
Yeah.
at least a little.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder, what if my, who knows, autoimmune things are actually shame. I don't know.
Yeah, ooh, that's a good one. That's a good idea. That it like certain things manifest themselves as a certain autoimmune disease.
Like-
Actually, I think that's exactly what an autoimmune disease is.
Yeah.
But what if it was specifically?
Well, like,
emotions?
yeah, it has to go somewhere, right? So my psoriatic arthritis, like it's bubbling up through my skin. I don't know.
Through your skin?
Yes, psoriatic, psoriasis,
Oh,
and arthritis
psoriatic. Sorry, I did not
together.
know that. Oh, isn't that great? Wow, what a
yeah,
beautiful.
awesome. Inside and out. It's great. Yeah,
Let's get you from both sides.
yeah.
So, what do you do for that?
I take Otezla. This is not an ad. Yeah, I take Otezla for now, but I just took a food inflammation test.
Ooh, what
today.
I
don't know. So it's in the mailbox. It's going to be picked up tomorrow. It'll be sent. It'll take a couple days, and then 10 days from there, and I hope it comes back. The results come back because Nicole Raymond, who I'm doing the interview with on the 19th.
Mm.
Hopefully you guys can, if you guys are around, you can come too. But I forgot to ask her which competition she's going into. If it's the physique, I think it's the physique competition.
Oh, the bodybuilder. Cool,
Yeah.
I would love to be here for that.
Yeah.
I have so many questions.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm like, I have them all too, and I'm like, I think you already know we're gonna have to have two.
A lot, yeah.
Two with her.
Yeah, I bet.
But and I wonder, we can even talk to her about perfectionism, because that's got to go hand in hand with how do you handle critique without taking it personally.
Mm-hmm. And how do you? I want to know how they, and I say they, I mean bodybuilder females. How do they deal with the prep phase versus the cut phase versus the recovery? Because a lot of times in recovery, like there's so much muscle mass that it softens and it changes your body shape for a while. And that's what I'm dealing with right now. I'm like the biggest I've ever been, I think. And it's like, oh, that's not true. In 2008, I was a little bit bigger than this. But
She can tell you like that.
I want to know, because it is so traumatic to me just to change like a micro hair. Like, it's so jarring to me that I want to know how they do it and what's in their mindset that is like, so that creates such strength in what they're doing, and not just physically, but it's got to be so mental with their body image.
Like, and I don't know, I'm just guessing, like it's a whole scientific experiment. Like, what can I do with all this and make it something different?
I like that approach a lot.
Because I mean, she will go, and then she's got people that she goes to, and she's like, what can I do? You know, so she's got people that help her, and that's what she talks about too, is like, if you need help, get it. Like, go get some advice, have a mentor, you know, that kind of stuff. So, being as close to perfect in that body shape, like, how do you not getting all that work that you did and the little fine tuning? I mean, I'm talking like, I don't know how, like if she eats 5 Brussels sprouts with her chicken and she's not quite right in certain, like, does she take 2 Brussels sprouts or add more, you know, or does she add more protein? Like, all these little tweaks, teeny tiny little ones.
Yeah, it's like a whole science.
Yeah.
That's very fascinating.
It is very fascinating.
I want to know more. I mean, I don't want to do it, but I need to get back into it.
No, I thought it would be fun to see if we could get like an old program of hers and use it, and like just not to compete, but like go on this rigid thing. And so we'll ask her.
I love that. I love challenges like that.
Yeah.
In groups.
Yes.
But not competitions.
No.
I don't like competitions.
That's I like being on the outskirts because I think it's fun to watch other people, but
sure, yeah. I'm too, I don't know what it is. I like group efforts and like building in phases and seeing results together. I don't necessarily like, just for me, because I think it's extremely effective competition, but for me it doesn't really work because I don't care about winning.
Right. I don't either.
But I care about myself too much. It's like I'm too self-absorbed with like physical things. But I don't care about
yourself.
Yeah, and it's really horrible. I mean, not horrible. It's really hard because I have like a really strong. There's another strong me that's like way stronger that I can't seem to like find harmony with sometimes with stuff like that. So we're working on that. But
you and your strong self.
Yeah, we're just always fighting. Like it's always a battle.
I'm always fighting with my spending self.
Yeah, it's hard.
That's my shame.
Is that there? It is. Yeah, there's shame. Yeah, shame can be so such small things, but it can be like such deep, dark underlying things. You know.
I have some of those too. I'm not gonna get into it.
No, we don't have to. But I think that just shame on a daily basis can be very damaging. And even if it's in small doses and we don't really exactly know what our thoughts are doing, that brings me to the healing from perfectionism. Just 3 little bullet points that I found. Notice your perfectionistic thoughts and then identify whether or not they're true. So much freedom here. And look for evidence that contradicts those thoughts. So one of the examples this author gave was like, if you are constantly saying like, I don't know, I'm a screw up, like permanently, I am a failure because you made a mistake or failed or something. It's like, is the I'm a failure thought true? Because let's find evidence where I did something and I made a mistake and I survived it and it was fine. And then it's like, you know, like catastrophizing.
Oh yeah.
Catastrophizing in that thought is like, I am a failure. I'm literally saying I am that, and I don't want to say it. I don't want to code it into my thing, but I'm saying I am that, and that's a really strong statement. So if we change that thought or ask, if I say that's my thought, I'm a failure, let's figure out why that's not true. Let's dig around in my head to remember times that I made a mistake and I'm still fine and things were okay.
You're still a good person.
Yeah. And so it's like, okay, I can adjust that thought a little bit to say, I made a mistake, but I will learn from it and move on. You know, instead of like, I am a failure because I made a mistake. It's like, I made a mistake. Yeah, and not I'm a mistake. Or I am a mistake.
Oh my God, yeah, that's a whole other one.
Yeah.
I had a friend that was talking about that the other day. Their partner and she got into an argument and she was like, you know, when you say that hurts my feelings, and then he was like, oh my God, you know, I'm a loser, you know, and then gets all and then it went down a whole different path, and she was like, you know, I don't know how to say that.
Oh, like he took it down a whole negative way of it being about how he can't like be good enough for her.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I know.
Well, we shouldn't do that. I think we should. Well, I guess we shouldn't say should we? I just realized how many shoulds were about to happen. Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's just a little bit more. It's a little healthier to catch those thoughts and then try to figure out like, okay, are we BSing ourselves here with this big lie? Like, I understand you're upset because the emotions and the fallout of the situation you're in are fresh, but let's go in here and just think, okay,
like pause for a minute.
Let's pause. I made a mistake. What's true? What's false? What's me being dramatic? What is me catastrophizing? And then separate those out and then move on. And then when the thought comes back up again, I made a mistake, I'm a failure. It's like, okay, feel the thought, ask it if it's true, reframe it. That's what that particular article suggested. So
that's hard, right? I mean,
it's
it takes a while.
Yeah, it's like a whole pipeline of like behaviors, awareness, like personal accountability practices. It's such a tough soup to eat.
Oh, it's cold soup.
It's a tough soup to sip on. It's hot. But yeah, it's just like I first learned about thought work from a podcaster named Cara Lowenthal, and she's a feminist woman's make a lot of money empowerment life coach or whatever. But she's like a scholar. Like her language is impeccable. And she's very well spoken and concise and a little clipped. She's like a little harsh, kind of. You're like, don't hurt me. But yeah, she's not like super warm, but she's very intelligent and a freaking brilliant mind in the world of women or whatever. And I'm not big on feminism. I mean, feminism's cool, but I'm not like a big like I'm a feminist and like go into it. I just like let's relax.
Yeah,
respect. That's it. So I don't like spend a lot of time with her because it gets like super feministy and it's just like political to me, and I don't. That doesn't feel like a balm to my soul that much.
Yeah.
So, but she's incredible, and she helped me think in 2019 a little bit about what I was thinking about, and that I'd never done that before. I'd never been like, what am I thinking about? I was just like here for the show in my head, and it was exhausting. And that show was like a water show, a roller coaster, a theater on Broadway. It was like all a metal mosh pit. Like it was all the shows at once in my head. So she helped me understand that I have a choice of what I think, and I didn't think that that was true before. You know, I didn't think we could control what was coming into our head. I thought it was just like,
here it is. Yeah,
but that's not true at fucking all. Actually, it's like the total opposite, and I just really did not. I just have been a pretty ignorant little bug on this planet lately, or my whole life, because it just like totally blew my mind that I could choose my thoughts, and it's very hard.
It is. As much as you can do it, it takes, I don't know, concentration, I guess.
It's a project.
Yeah.
It's like a whole thing, and I was trying to do it with my full-time job and like working out and all that. I was trying to like carve out like a huge section of my day to focus on this stuff, and it was it was just a lot, and it was the perfectionism. Like I hadn't even addressed I didn't realize I was a perfectionist. I was literally like, look at all of you perfectionists. That must suck.
Ha ha ha.
I'm like the number one perfectionist ever, but not in that way of like everything is perfect. I just like love everything to be perfect all the time. I can't help it. I suck. It's like, no,
that's when you explode.
Yeah, I literally am just like, it's about, I'm like that toward myself, but not towards like things around me or processes. Oh my gosh, I'm lying right now. Yeah, I'm thinking like, cause during work, like projects and stuff, I would be a total perfectionist, like in the most neurotic way possible, where I like couldn't even get anything done. I would just be like, it's not right. It's not right. It's not right. I can't do it yet. I can't do it. I can't do this yet. It's not right. I need it to be perfect. And they'd be like, just get it to me. And I was working with non-designers and non-marketing people, so the feedback loop was really clunky and strenuous and unnecessary a lot of the time. And but I would still just be like, I'm not gonna send you the version yet. You know, I would like hold on to version 1 for like 3 days. And they'd be like, hey, so can we get that version 1 thing going? And I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna send it right
tomorrow.
Now. And tomorrow. I know I'm gonna redo the whole thing and then send it. So that's pretty much perfectionism, I think. For sure. It's debilitating, actually. But I don't operate so much that way right now anymore because I've been working so hard to not. But yeah, perfectionism can cause. I'm just like realizing how much of a problem it has been for me. So the weight of that is settling on my brain right now. So next, and I'm like, wow, having big epiphanies.
Yeah, I guess I do have, there's certain things I know I have a little bit of that, but somehow, like when I start, and I don't know when it happened, I'd have to think about it. Like, was I more of a perfectionist? Because I get to the point where I'm like, fuck it, send it. Or if it's not done, like, or I'll purpose, like I will tell you, I used to, even like something, and this is more of the realm where I would get on myself about stuff, is like running. So I'm supposed to run 5 miles. I would have to run 5 miles. It couldn't be 4.8. It had to be 5.
Mm-hmm.
And now I purposely stop. Like whenever I stop, even if it's like $3.99 and I'm trying to run 4, I'll be like, nope.
Really? Oh, that's a big
I
step.
made it to the car.
And you're done.
Yeah.
And you feel good.
Yeah.
So what changed for you between the old version and now?
The only thing I can think about is like yoga teacher training and
Really?
all that. Yeah. That's it. That's all I can think about. Maybe also getting my second autoimmune, just having things that set me back, and then I would get so frustrated, which then would make it where it would just like be an avalanche of
Yeah.
So,
but that's still really cool to hear that your yoga teacher training changed some of your perfectionism.
Yeah, and a lot. Found the shame in there too.
It helps in yoga. Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah, like I told you guys about that. I think the darkest, she like asked us what the darkest moment of our life was, and we went around. There was only 5 of us, I think, or 6 of us. I forget. And we went around the circle, and I thought I was damn sure I was going to. I had a specific thing picked out, and when it came to my turn, something else came up. Just came right out. Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? How it works when you're sharing.
Yeah, like the deepest. They were like, nope. I mean, my brain was like, nope.
Deeper. Oh.
Yeah, deeper.
Did you feel good sharing it?
I did. Yeah. And because I was like, holy shit, that did bother me. Because it was a combination of, it was me thinking something was wrong with me when really it was something wrong with someone else that affected, it was a trauma, childhood trauma. So, but it wasn't like as severe as some childhood traumas are, but it was severe enough to, I guess, be deep down in there and have it bubble up when it was time to come out.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think that's sort of how they operate, those traumas. They sort of hide. It's so interesting that you were able to open up after being was it the end of your training? Or like...
Yeah, it was at the end. Yeah.
If it was the very beginning, first day.
Well, somebody did talk about that because we didn't. I think our group was pretty stable. Not that other ones were unstable. I guess we were just non-criers.
Yeah.
And then that day, there were like 2 exercises that we did that weekend. I think that was our ending weekend. And she had us do these 2 exercises. She had us write this story of if we only had one more day left on Earth, what would we do?
You only have one day?
Yeah.
You can't
like
even
24 hours. 24 hours. Okay. So that I cried the whole way through right now.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Just about if you had one day?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. I mean, rich, interesting.
Who would you want to see? That's all I could think about. Like, who would I would want, like, I couldn't travel far, so I'd have to have everybody, I would travel because I'm like, I want to be on the beach. Everybody needs to meet me, so I need to get to the closest beach, wherever that is, and then everybody needs to, that's what, like, was going on in my mind, and then, like, just deep talk, like, get all the feelings out on the sand, because I ain't gonna be here anymore, or whatever, and it was just like, oh my God, that would be, like, It just, yeah. And people have that. You know, there are people
Yeah.
going through that, which made me cry even more that this
Yeah.
is happening right now. You know.
Yeah.
Anyways, woo, let's
The empathy.
not go there. But
Empathy
yeah.
meter.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, what else?
Something away from perfectionism. Maybe not. Because I just find it to be kind of a tough topic, you know? It's so personal. It's so real.
It's
and like
deeper than,
vulnerable.
it's not just like,
It's not like you want your pencils in a row every day. It's like you want it's subtler.
Yeah.
I don't know, what were you trying to say?
it's deeper.
Yeah, it's like it's not as like obvious. It's so hidden and
Yeah.
giant.
Can be perceived as something totally different. Like perfectionism is a struggle. An inner struggle.
But there's so many of us that suffer from it, and there's so many high achieving women who are high achieving and perfectionistic as well. And
Yeah.
it's like I felt that way with my career, with just that drive, and I think a lot of people feel that, especially in our country. It's that drive, not like I'm bragging, like I had this drive, but it's like a drive that's like implanted in our brains through our societal norms and customs. It's just like the American dream, the drive, the go, 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 don't stop. And then on top of that, empowering women, as we should be, to do whatever the hell we want with our work lives, and make the same amount of money as a male. I get that.
Yes.
Like, and I support that. But I think for me, as a young person, when that movement happened in the career world, in the marketing tech world, like, it really inspired me. It really got me emotionally invested in hyper masculinity, but I didn't know it at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to compete, and like, remember how I said I don't like competing, and that's because of how I lived before. It was all competition, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, for me, I emotionally don't do well with it. I have a lot of like, I don't know, just have some like bad experiences with overly competitive people, I guess.
Yes,
and so,
sore winners. I could talk all day about
sort
that.
of, yeah, I like that that term, like sore winner. It's just, yeah, I tended to attract those kind of scenarios into my life and play along with them. Like, again, and zero judgment. Like, everything is, whatever you want to be into is for you, and whatever I want to be into. I'm not into sports anymore. Like, I was, but it was because I realized through all my self inquiry that I never enjoyed it. It was stressful, and it was pressure, and it was another environment for me to critique myself and compare myself. And this is all me. It's a me thing. It's nothing about the sports. But for me, how it felt was very like that. It was just, I don't know. I got a bad taste in my mouth all of a sudden when I sobered up, when I stopped drinking. I was like, I don't like this. Like, I was just like, I don't really like how the people act. I don't get it. It just doesn't do it for me. But I respect the hard work that goes into being on a team and being a freaking amazing athlete. And I respect those. I respect humans doing incredible things. And I also respect the people who enjoy watching humans do incredible things. Those things together don't really are not entertainment for me. So, I don't know why I went on that freaking tangent about sports.
Oh,
but
I think because
perfectionism?
Yeah.
Like, how
competitive it can be.
Being competitive, yeah, it ties into like my old circles of friends, which were just very energetic, hardworking, and fun-loving, and I love all those things. So, in the context of that group, came a lot of like subtle and like underlying competition amongst peers and women, and between women and men, and I've been like had a dude get in my face at a bar for something, like with a darts game or something, and I was just like, first of all, I was like, I'm a lady, like, you know. I was just like,
like
but but if you look at me, I'm like, I was probably being all competitive, and because that's how my friend group was, so I wanted to fit in, and so I would act competitive. And then I realized after I sobered up, I realized that I don't care about winning at all. I really don't. But I thought I did, and part of me still thinks I do, but no, I don't. I don't care about winning. I don't care about W's and L's at all.
Care about achieving stuff?
I care about
Like your own-
striving, but it's not about like beating someone else.
I don't like that.
It's about like beating myself, you know?
Yeah.
But not even beating. It's more about like accepting myself when I don't achieve or succeed.
Right. Yeah.
But then it's also not like resting in that place of being like, well, I guess I just can't ever achieve or win. It's like, no, there's a balance that I've been trying to find of healthy competition with myself, meaning like I'm trying to beat out me yesterday, right?
Yeah.
That's one. But that can also be a slippery slope with perfectionism. So
Yeah.
I'm finding balance with that, like a healthy, like, come on, you can do better than you did yesterday. You're progressing. Like, this is an evolution. Like, you are evolving, you know, like, you got this. That's a whole different conversation than I used to have with myself.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. Yeah. The competition part really doesn't feel good to me anymore. So I just don't.
Oh yeah, I got that slapped out of me too. Not literally slapped, but verbally slapped out. I don't want to smack talk about my ex-husband, but he was definitely like really competitive, and I always called him a sore winner because. But anything like even I would just be like minding my own business, doing something, and he would do it faster or better, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know we were like having a competition, and then like if we did sports or whatever, he was just very like, ha, you know, I win, you suck. And I hate that. And it was like cards and board games and
Everything.
and then like his family would get in, you know, it was just a very lively competition. And I'm like, guys, I don't care about chutes and ladders or whatever. It wasn't chutes and ladders, but it was something like
I don't care about Go Fish, guys.
Right. I don't
Hi-Ho
care.
Cheerio is not what
So
I'm doing.
now my husband and my kids are like, come on, Mom, just play Monopoly. I'm like, I hate games. I hate kids.
It really like washed it out of you.
Oh, I hate them. I played, oh my God, what did we play? We played something with my in-laws and my father-in-law. He gets a little spicy, like competitive, like, or not even competitive because he doesn't care if he wins or loses, but I mean, maybe he does, but he doesn't normally give you the impression that like he's out to win, but he'll like mess with you a little bit. And so he's like, and I was all stressed out, and he's like saying this fun, easygoing, loving stuff, and I'm like, this is why I don't like to play these games. And Rich is like, chill out, and I was like, oh. Yeah, I better chill out.
This PTSD.
Had a little, it was, and then he was like, no, I was just saying, and then he felt bad. You could tell he felt bad. Not Rich, but, because Rich is like, what are you doing? And my father-in-law then like he got all like, it's fun, and he made it like happy and
like
not, yeah. He was like, see, you did great. And he was like being all encouraging. And I'm like, I'm sorry. This is why I just don't play, because this is how I get.
Yeah.
And it's not you. It's just me, getting all stressed out.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe,
it was like kind of you.
It was him a little bit, but it was me reacting. Yeah, I'm oversensitive to that. And that's why I'm like, I get too stressed out. Like you said, like I just get stressed out and easily triggered to like, I just don't want to play this anymore.
Spirals into anger.
But I forced myself to keep playing that game because I wanted to like stomp off.
That's the thing.
I wanted to rage quit.
Yeah, right? Drop the little
Yeah.
purple guy on the... But it's like, isn't that the point of games, is to be happy? That's why, or to have fun. Like the word game and fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that the game of life is not that fun. But like a board game, a card game, is the word fun is implied, I think. So
Yeah.
that's another reason why I distance myself from those people in my life that were very big sports people, and like that's like all they did, and
Yeah.
it showed in their everything they did, and I would get the same way where it's just like, I don't fucking want to play right now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, can we not compete? And it was just the like, yeah, spit, and you're like, why am I here?
Yeah.
I don't belong here at all. And I get it. Again, I love, like, it's really entertaining. Like, I did have a lot of fun with those. I mean, they were all my friends. Loved all of them. And I loved everything we did together. But there was, like, little things that just, it was like little cracks in the glass, and it just all shattered one day. I was just like, no. I don't find any enjoyment out of anything that we do as a group. Like, no. Without drugs, you know?
Yeah.
I was just like, if I have to be alcoholed up or medicated to be with certain people, I feel like maybe I should be with other people. Or myself for a while, you know? It's like, and maybe don't drink all the time. I don't know. Yeah, so, again, I love participating every now and then in a good... God, I'm literally lying right now. I'm like, I don't. I literally don't.
Competition.
Like, I want to. Yeah, I like going bowling every now and then.
Curious about it.
Yeah, like, I'll try, but it's just, it was everything we did all at the time. Everything was about, and I needed some time for it to be about the opposite.
Yeah. I feel the same way.
I would love to go to a Braves game again, maybe once, but that'll be it for, like, I'll be good for, like, 3 years.
Yeah, and
it just doesn't do it for me.
I want to go too, but it won't be in July or August. It's good. They're gonna have to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
so
luckily.
I can go. Hopefully.
But yeah, I mean, luckily there's like an incredible stadium. The new stadium is super cool, and it's like a really cool, entertaining experience. But
yes,
I don't know. I guess I have a trauma from the last time I was there. Yeah, I don't like it.
Why? What happened last time?
I was just with my ex, and I was meeting some of his friends, and it wasn't a good vibe. You know, it was just. That's like sort of the minute I realized that I don't want to be with these kind of people anymore.
Oh my God, right
there? I literally was like looking across the table at these people about to get into this relationship. It was like 4 months in, and I was just like, oh no, I don't want any part. They were like, yeah, saying, again, nothing wrong with any of these activities, but they were saying, I don't even want to say them, but they would say stuff like, yeah, we can go to this thing, and because we like that person, and then now we've been wanting like another couple friend to join us, and I was like, that is the last place I'd ever want to be, like, in my entire life at that kind of event. And they're here, like, so excited, like, like shiny-eyed, looking at me, like, you're going to be our new couple friend. And I was like, I don't want to be in this. I don't want to be in this.
I forgot.
I'm about to break down a little bit and move to Mexico. I forgot that's about to happen in 3 months from now. So I don't like y'all.
I got planning.
That's what started it all. I was just like, get me out of this whole thing. So yeah. Oh, and everyone, it was right after COVID, like when everything started opening up again. Like, it was 2021, the next year, but it was when like Braves games were like real Braves games again, I guess. And we went to that first one. I just like emerging back out of the world. I thought I would see one thing, and I saw the same shit. I thought I would see different. Like, I thought people were going to be, I guess
people were going to be as changed as you.
As me. Yeah. This is me being neurotic. Like, this is my neuroses. Because I was like, I thought what I went through was what everyone was going through.
Yeah.
I was like, look at us. We're evolving. We're coming into our own, like, sovereignty of our spiritual blah, blah, blah. And, like, just, you know, like.
And everybody's like, nah.
Everyone's like, yeah. They went, like, 10 times more intense, like, with the partying and, like, I don't know. And then everyone just, like, looked the same. Like, you know how we were all wearing sweatpants for like a good solid year or two? Mine was 4, and I'm on year 5, I guess. But I mean, everyone went back out into public after a full year and a half, which is like 4 fashion cycles. So I just, I didn't expect what I saw was like everyone was wearing the same exact thing, and like the young people went through puberty like over COVID, so they like a whole new crop of like little shits like popped up.
Yeah.
Ugh. And I mean that in the nicest way.
She doesn't mean like shit.
I love them. I love the little.
Shitty.
I just mean like people being people to the max in ways that I thought we were all like zenned out from COVID, and it just was just very shocking. I was like, oh god, I feel like I'm in the Truman Show and Stepford Wives right now. So,
Yeah.
but that's also could just be me, like breaking my brain or whatever.
I do feel like that in certain spaces. Here I go. Sorry.
It's time to go.
I know, it's like, what time is it? I'm gonna, at 8:15, I'm gonna get a thing saying, your bedtime is approaching.
No.
Because I'm old now.
Cute.
No. Yeah. I don't know. Perfectionism.
Yeah, perfectionism. I don't know how we got to the Braves game from there. And I don't know why so much detail went into that. I just needed to tell somebody. Thanks for listening.
And we'll when Elizabeth comes back, because I would love to. I know she likes to talk about that and her 5-year-old self. You know how she always says, sorry, 5-year-old self.
That's
So
literally
cute.
what I was thinking about when I was writing that. I was like, I want that story.
I love that story.
But I think that she's gonna have some good insights on that.
I can't wait to hear about her trip.
It's so hard.
Oh,
yeah.
Or this trip that she's on right now.
Summer jet setting.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's a good place to stop.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
I don't know.
We're
yes.
here.
So next week we'll be here. And yeah, I have my little side story about these THC, speaking of drugs, these THC drinks that I am testing out. I'm in the beginner, level of that, and I'm going to stay there. I'm just switching from alcohol to this to help me get to sleep. And I feel like this is something subtle and I can tiptoe out of easier than alcohol that like tells your brain that you need it forever and all that stuff. So anyway, that's my story. So I'm gonna do all these different ones and which ones are weak and which ones are strong and which ones have sugar and which ones don't have sugar and all the things that might make people like or dislike them. Only if you're 21 or older. Anyway, that's it. So, have a great week and don't stay outside too long in this heat.
It is hot.
I'm gonna come over here and. Sorry if I was wiggling around in this chair the whole time. All right. I don't have my glasses on now. This one?
I
can't see.